Hi guys, thanks for joining me and welcome to my channel. My name is Varush and this is the Pick a Card channel. We're going to talk about how does he or how do they feel about you. I have two different piles. I picked these cards last night and there's a lot of cards in each pile. I'm going to also choose 3 cards from the John Holland Tarot to give us some insight about exactly what each pile is about. And yes, make sure to just choose between the 2 different piles. And let's take a look at our first messages for pile 1. So first we have intuition. How does he feel about you? And then we have transformation. And then we have the disruption card. That's intense. This is the Tower. This is the Death card. And this is the intuition card. So this person could be dealing with a lot of fear about the relationship. There's a lot of anticipation that something is going to fall apart, break apart, that there's going to be an end to something. I think they see you as an intuitive person, somebody who has deeper insights and understanding, but also too, I think that what they're seeing up ahead is a worrisome image. They're worried about something ending or changing, or I think that they're looking at something that's about to change. Let's look at this more deeper in a moment. Now let's take a look at pile 2 and give us some insight about this pile. So we have the firm foundation, 4 of Pentacles, and then we have the Power. This is the Leo card of strength. And I feel like they have the 8 of Swords, trapped in fear. So I feel like, first off, I feel like this person probably feels as though you have a good environment, that you're grounded, and that you have a lot of good things that happen around you, a lot of positive circumstances. There's a lot around you that has a lot of leverage. You have either a good family environment, a good home, a good job. It just feels like they feel like your environment really gives you a lot of strength, like you're in a very good environment with very good energy. But they know that you have a certain problem, and one that is really hard to get over or reconcile. So they see in you a struggle that's holding you back. They see within you a struggle that you keep on going up against. If this thing was not there, you could take over the world, but you have a significant problem that they know about and that they think a lot about on your behalf, that is stopping you a lot, that you can't wrap your head around something, that you can't figure something out, something in your environment is toxic, whatever. Okay, so hopefully this gives you an idea of the kind of situation you're in. I like to keep it to 2 options to have a deeper reading for 2 different options, and then that's that. I did get some feedback that you guys like the lots of options, so we'll do those as well. But for now, just to keep it simple, sweetheart, let's do the 2 options. So this person, if you are dealing with someone who's anticipating change, someone who has a fear or an avoidance of a commitment, that could be this person as well. Somebody who anticipates that things are going to break down, things are not going to work out, or they are otherwise afraid of a change that you're facing, that a relationship is about to end, okay? Or maybe that there'll be a significant change in your environment in the upcoming near future. The second person sees you as a person who is very well established, has a lot of things going on in their favor, has, like, you know, a stable home, you know, a happy environment, that they have come into themselves in a very healthy way. There was a lot of support and there's a lot of lift in their environment that helps you to ascend to the level of the person that you were meant to be. However, in that pristine, sort of perfect outside shell, they know that you're struggling with something that is really holding you back. So maybe they feel that way about themselves though as well. Maybe they feel like there's something hidden inside. We'll look deeper there, but this is definitely concerning a person who has the outward facade of a perfect family, perfect situation, but there's something a lot of people don't know. Either it's you or them that is really giving them a hard time. So they're not, it's not so picture perfect for whoever this is concerning, whether they're thinking that about themselves and not opening to you because they're afraid of sharing with you that side of themselves, or if they see that in you and they don't know what to do about it. So we'll look at that deeper in just a moment. We're going to start with number 1. So I heard that you guys really like the prompts. I like them too. They get me centered in the reading. And so hopefully they're picked at random like the other cards. But okay, so we have for number 1, hi guys, welcome to my channel. You have intuition, transformation, death, and 16 tower. Okay, so this is ruled by the moon, sometimes Venus, and then we have that death, which is ruled by Scorpio, and the tower, which is ruled by Mars, which is also the co-ruler of Scorpio sign. So you have someone's seeing something huge here. And I didn't pick these cards. I made a joke out of it. I see how many cards I have. I just picked cards and I kept adding to it. I'm like, oh, I should add this, or I should add that. And it became late. So I was like, no, I cannot film this, because whenever I film late, you guys say, oh, Varush, you sound tired. So in order to sound rested, I got some rest. Okay, so it's a lot of like this psychosomatic, not having put out as many videos as I usually do, to like get up on the, treadmill again and do it again. So here we go. So just random cards, random messages about how he or they feel. So he means, if it's a guy, for a majority of us, it's a dude. But for some of us, it's women. So how do they feel? So I'm sorry for those of you who date women. I'm not trying to exclude you. It's just for algorithm's sake that I have to use he. But she is a perfect substitute for this. And likewise, the cards, please switch the genders to fit your preferences, okay? Or your identity. Preferences is such a weird way of saying it, right? So we have the 10 of Swords, because it's not really a preference. They found that out anyway. So 10 of Swords. Okay. So I feel as though somebody is really nihilistic in their vision of the current situation. They feel as though the situation is not going to work out, that it's dead in the water, or they're anticipating that something's going to blow up in their face. Their mind is in a very dark place about something, or they're really worried about something. It could be a lack of experience. Page of Wands, Sag, Leo, or Aries, secondary transits in Earth. Remember, don't focus on the signs. Okay, and so from that, they're going to take some kind of action that is sort of the first thing that comes up that seems exciting to them. I feel like they're going to pursue that as an adventure to break out of the feeling stuck in this very kind of entropy state. Entropy meaning that there's a lack of movement, that there's this lack of movement, or there's a lack of flow in the situation. And then we have the Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Secondary, very watery person, or it could be a man or a woman. I feel as though they're gonna react to something, and it feels like a little bit of immaturity here. But then there's another layer to this, in which through facing whatever they're feeling, right, they're gonna have an alignment. They're gonna understand something on a deeper level. They're going to grow and mature on an emotional level about things, and they're going to sit and think. They're having a learning lesson here. It looks like they feel as though a situation is dead and done in the water. Something's really dark in their mind. They're being very catastrophizing, like, if I get in a relationship with this person, it's all going to turn to crap anyway. Those kinds of big thoughts about things not working out in the future. And I think that in order to avoid those fears that they're facing, they may pursue some kind of other activity, some kind of other interaction with someone who may be a quick escape. This may not be another person. This may be they just might go and do something random suddenly just to break the monotony of constantly facing the dread, the end, is here, that kind of thing. And so in that process, they are going to also have the deeper experience of coming to tune with their feelings and emotions. And I think they're going to understand your situation from a deeper level. And I think that they're going to need time to sit there and think about what happened and how it happened or what's going on. Then we have the High Priestess again. Remember, that's one of our main cards today. So that means that there's a lot of intuition, there's a lot of psychic talk, there's a lot of psychic beliefs. That's how they feel. I feel as though I get a sense that they feel that you're smarter. I get a sense that they feel that you are like more experienced, that you know what the situation better. They feel like you bring depth to the situation that they may feel very overwhelmed by. And then we have the Hermit, which is the Virgo card. And in some way, I feel like they feel like they are like the sage learner and this like really deep person with very deep thoughts and experiences, or they feel that about you. There's someone, or maybe both of you are, but there's definitely this air of very deep knowledge, and nothing comes to you easily. None of this is an easy experience. All of this is, every single experience is very visceral, it's very deep, it's very like hits you in the guttural. It makes you feel very in tune, and there's no easy answers to your bond or your connection. And so everything is a point of learning and depth, and therefore it takes time. And then, so it's a very slow moving situation. There's a lot of pauses also, I think. I feel like there's a lot of pauses in this relationship where people pull away from each other just to think. So if you're getting triggered by the pauses, of course, nobody should be giving you the cold shoulder. That's a form of narcissism, narcissistic abuse. But people do need time to sometimes withdraw in, think about their circumstance, think about their feelings, and get grounded. And then we have the Hierophant. And that's such a nice transition here. We're getting all trumps in these cards, just like all trumps here. And here we have this pensive person that has withdrawn, is thinking about things, learning, trying to understand it from different levels. And then they're coming through with some really insightful knowledge, insight, Hierophant, teaching others of their wisdom, the things that they have attained. And then we have the Devil. Unfortunately, in this deck, there's two Devil cards, so they're common. But look, all trumps here in the Victorian Romantic Tarot. I have a feeling that they are... I have a feeling... Okay, so one person, this could be you, there's something going on in your relationship where overall I feel as though it's pretty good, or you feel like it will be good, but there's some catch that is a deal breaker. And the person who has drawn away, who's assessing this relationship, who's thinking about it so much, is going to identify what the root cause of the conflict is, and they're going to try to show the other person or try to help the other person identify whatever they feel like they're doing wrong. So I think that the assessment of the person who's doing this is that this person's not doing it on purpose, is not doing things to be spiteful. However, they are making choices and decisions that are destructive to the relationship. And so I think that that's going to be brought to the person's attention. Then we have the Inner Child card. Okay, so I feel like this either you feel this about this person or they feel this about you, that they see something about this person that they're dealing with for the first time. Either you see it in them or they see it in you, and they seem to be doing something because of their patterns that they learned as little children. And so a lot of people don't see that, but within all that there's this something hidden so deeply within this individual. And I feel like they're very good at evading it, running away from it, and they need time to kind of percolate and sit there and think, so they connect the dots. You have somebody who has a certain type of damage that is coming in conflict with your relationship. So that's what I think it is. And I do feel like this person is, you know, shy. They think things are going to fall apart. They think things are going to be catastrophic. It really feels like abandonment issues, that kind of thing. And they're very quick to like pull the trigger on something. They don't feel like it's going to work. And that has to do with their inner child narratives and all of these different things. So if you're patient, if you give them room to breathe and think and come to their senses without pushing in, then they will very much come back to you with sage answers, or maybe hear your sage information for them to help them grow and work through this. So I don't think, even though it seems like there's some volatility here, I don't feel like it's a bad connection or one that leads to bad things. I feel like it's people soul searching. Here is the next message. We have the devil. You might be dealing with a Capricorn. I mean, we have the devil come up twice, and then we have the 10 of Swords again. That's Sun in Gemini, so that could be some message for you guys. And the Last Judgment. So yeah, I think it's clarifying the inner child card. I think what it's saying is that they have false ideas of relationships, and they make preemptive judgments to end situations preemptively. So they make judgments. They say, oh, this isn't safe. This is not a good situation for me. I have to leave. All of this stuff, and they pull the plug on relationships. The worst thing to do when a person is running is to try to chase after them. You want to chill out so they can catch their breath and figure out what they're doing, or, you know, whether it's working or not, or how it's working or not. So, you know, just be patient with them, and it really looks like somebody has the flight instinct in a big way. Here is the next card. Oh, I forgot. And then we have the Knight of Cups. So it's funny that I don't know how many cards there are in each one, but it's funny that I put down these cards and then the Knight of Cups comes through. So I feel like this person, once they come to terms with whatever's going on in their heart, I feel like this person's going to reach out. I feel like there's such a high chance in this relationship of this person getting in touch with their feelings and reaching out, making a decision on something, realizing how they have been misguided by their past experiences or fear or trauma or whatever else. And I feel like they are trying, very, very much trying to put forward good energy. Then we have Detach, which is Libra, the Justice card, and then we have Spread Your Wings, the Vision and the Expansion, and then we have Feeling Alone. But this is a really neat Feeling Alone. You can see she's next to a cabin, so she's actually found someone in this card. And that's what the Five of Pentacles is recognizing no man is an island, and we have to be with other people, you know. And so we have, okay, so balance and order coming into your life, and balance and order coming into your life. They feel like, I feel like once the karma is settled, which is justice, I think that they will very much, the answer is to like really open yourselves up to each other and recognize the need that the other person, no person can do it alone. And so by humbling, once all the karma is cleared, once all the phobias and all the choices are cleared, I feel like the action to be taken is just to open yourself up and to reach out and recognize that you don't need to be alone, that you don't want to be alone, and so forth. Okay, so then we have the Four of Pentacles, we have the Six of Wands. So it's someone opening up, that's for sure. You have someone who's locked in their closet. Then you have the Death card, which is change. Death shown up here as well, so that's Scorpio. And then we have the Four of Swords. I feel like you may, through this relationship that's coming up for you with this person, you may actually choose to walk away from them when they're being dismissive, when they're being sort of negative or holding back in this situation. And you will find rest. You might go back and forth with this person. It's almost like not enabling them. So when they get in these funks and feelings, I feel like you'll be leaving and getting rest. And the better you are at that, just, being prepared to pull the plug on something that is not working for you, that is not working out in this situation, you will be more prosperous. You will do better if you do that, okay? And then we have the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Discs, and the 3 of Cups. And then we have the 3 of Swords, and then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so I feel as though there's something to do. There's a reunion that's going to happen. Maybe this is a part of maybe you will take a break with this person for some time, and then there will be a reunion of some time, and I think that will trigger their feelings towards a positive direction. That's what it's saying. I feel like this person has the feelings that we've described for you, like personal feelings, intimate feelings, those kinds of things. But I feel like there's a lot that they have to come to terms with, that inner child, in order to be able to build a bond, build trust, and those sorts of things. And I feel like they in some way have to be humbled. So sometimes when we go through things, we need to be humbled. We need to be like brought down to our own level in order to come to terms with how we really feel. So they can come through with like a big bravado, big energy, big attitude. But then when they recognize like those soft moments, the tender moments between you about need between the two of you, how you express need towards each other, when you make that bond of exchanging need, and they recognize in you that they need you, then things will fundamentally change in the relationship. Until then, you're going to be dealing with someone who's kind of not here, there, everywhere in the sense of adultery. You're going to be dealing with someone with a lot of personal defenses, like attitudes, acting up, probably a lot of what you've seen already. Okay, so here we have 4 cards, and we have the writing card, number 32, and then we have useful, 103, and then we have thankfulness, number 101, and we have 70, the fast card. So I think that there's going to be a letter that somebody's supposed to send, and I think it's you, and you're probably going to wonder whether or not you should send the letter or write the letter, write an email or text, reach out in some way to share your feelings, maybe draw a line, whatever you feel you need to do. And I think that the positive, that's going to be a seminal sorry, it's going to be the main moment in which you will seminal I don't know, I got stuck on that. It's going to become the seminal moment of this dynamic, where whether you hear back from them immediately, that's going to be the words they're going to need to hear. So if you're asking yourself whether to open up, whether to share your feelings about this situation and about this dynamic with this person, I think there's going to be one seminal letter that you send that is going to in some way have a very quick reaction. Even if you don't see it right away, it's going to hit home, and that's going to start to have this chemical reaction in their brain where they're recognizing to open up and to overcome these things. So it's like somebody coming to terms with the fact that they trust you, that kind of vibe, all of that stuff. So I hope that helps in your overlook over the information about this relationship. It does look like a lot. It sounds like you have your hands full with this one, but Some people find fear, you know, when in the face of exactly what they want. So be patient with this person, and I wish you all the best. And don't feed into their negativity by also being negative. If they're being negative, take a step back, let them breathe, and come to terms with things, okay? Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to make the energy real number one, okay? I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Okay, and now we're going to do number 2. Hi, number 2. Welcome. So just to remind you, you should probably watch the beginning because I do a little intro read there. So we have the trapped in fear, and then we have the power and the strength card, and then we have the firm foundation. So I feel like someone who, like I said before, just getting connected with the energy, someone who is perceived as having a lot, but there's a fundamental shortcoming in their environment, in their circumstances, that's really trapping them in a tough situation. So let's take a look at your cards. I picked these randomly last night, and in order to avoid comments like, "Are you okay?" Because at night I sound so sleepy. I'm filming this in the day, as you can see, and so yeah, my nails are still dirty from working in dirt, but yeah, so they're just a bunch of random cards that we're gonna look at right now. Okay, so good luck. So we have the Four of Cups. I feel like this relationship had a very sweet beginning. Like there was a real, like, this person's really perfect for me, like with a really nice energy and vibe. And then we have this Star. Yeah, there's a lot of, I feel as though, I'll tell you guys right away, I feel like one or both people in this relationship was really let down by the relationship. Like they felt like this was perfect, but then there's the catch. And so it might be sympathy. It might not be a conflict between the two people. The person could feel very bad that, you know, it really sensed that one person or maybe both people saw each other as this really pretty and like a gentle energy. But then there was all the subtext that was going on that they came aware of, and either they were disappointed by it, or they were sad for the other person, felt a lot of compassion, or they were even turned off by it because it's like too much trouble. But that third one is probably for the least of you. I think for most people it was like sympathy and compassion and sadness for the fact that people get stuck in the circumstances they do. But the initial energy was full of love, and that's the energy that they want to go back to, the happiness, the joy. So they want to do those moments of celebration and joy. They want to recapture the good energy. And then we have the Temperance card, Sagittarius. And then we have the Queen of Wands, Sag, Leo, or Aries. Now this could be Sag, both of these. This is Aquarius. I feel as though the general trend is most likely for the female in the relationship, unless there's both females, but there's one female that is going through a glow up in their life. Maybe they've gone through some time period in which they were otherwise like less effeminate, or somehow took away from like the way they normally present themselves through maybe like extreme schedules, or very busy, or maybe a lack of money. But there was like, maybe kids were young, and so there wasn't so much time to kind of glow up and take care of yourself. But I feel like whatever situation was, or maybe a bad relationship, you know, a lot of people stop grooming when there's a bad relationship that happens. And then grooming is actually one of those things that is very inherent with like, recovery from things like depression and abuse. So often people, when they're abused or when they're not feeling well, anxiety, depression, they won't take care of themselves. And so I feel like there was something there for one of the people where there's a really good beginning situation, but it really feels as though someone was worn down, possibly you. They're feeling that about you, and they feel like this person, when they feel that about you, that when you do take care of yourself, you're just very beautiful or you're very handsome. They just feel like nothing that's happened in your life, I don't feel like they feel detracts from the beauty. I think that they see you for, you're beautiful, there's no questions about it. 5 pounds, 10 pounds, you know, a few gray hairs, whatever it is that's going on, I don't think that that is holding you back. I think that they think that you think that that's holding you back from being beautiful. Whatever's happened, whatever, you know, stretch marks or scars you have or whatever it is, I think that they think that that's holding you back, but I don't think they see that. And I think that they want to celebrate life with you, and they don't want to be trapped in the misery of being downtrodden by the circumstances. But it's not like a narcissistic, oh, you know, don't tell me your problems, I don't care. It's not really about that. It's more of like somebody wishing that they could be in this positive mind frame with you and not in the negative set. Okay, so there's just a real desire for something better, for you and for them, and they're really bummed out about it. I feel we have the Fool, and then we have the Emperor. You guys are getting both options, got really big cards. And then we have the Star. That's crazy. This one was all trumps for the other one as well. And then we have Temperance again, Sagittarius. Maybe a Sagittarius is very important in your relationship, but this is a careful progression. It really feels as though somebody's improving. And I feel it may be you, like coming back into yourself. They feel like maybe they caught you after a divorce or something happened in your life that was just taking you away from you. And I feel like, yeah, they just sort of caught you in a moment, and they're very patient about it. I have a feeling that this person is very careful to make their movement towards you. I think they automatically know that they want a serious relationship in this situation, but I think that they're going to pursue it very carefully. Like they increase the intimacy and the closeness very slowly, and I feel like there's going to be events in your life, and they're kind of aware of this, events in your lives will bring you two together. So either you have like a similar social environment or some other environment that you're really connected in, that you in some way are social environment that you are in some way going to be brought together. This is they feel like you're a perfect match, like a really good match for them. Here is the next message, Ascension. So this person, I think this person feels very, very high esteem of you. I think that they singled you out as this Queen of Wands energy. Queen of Wands walks into a room and nobody notices anyone but her. She's on point, right? And so I think that they in some way recognize this Queen of Wands factor in you. They see in you the stand apart from everyone else for them. I feel like together, I think they see within you ascension. But what's this problem? I don't know. We'll see. And then we have the Star. So we have 4 of these. Queen of Cups again. Oh no, Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Remember, those signs are just kind of loose. 9 of Pentacles, Venus and Virgo, and 6 of Wands, Success. So I feel like they, in some way, I think that they're looking towards this relationship as a relationship of a couple that is going to build together towards certain aims. And I feel like they feel from this relationship they could gain a lot of financial success, a lot of financial strength. And I feel like they think that I'm getting the vibe that they're going to feel like they want to be a provider for you, and in some way allow you to relax into a level of comfort, and so that you can be unobstructed with what you are doing. So they in some way want to provide for you. I think that they want to shield you from whatever you feel trapped in, But I do feel like whatever they feel you're trapped in, they know money is not going to fix it. Like they can make it easier for you with money, but I also feel like they know that, especially in terms of relationships, that those are not easily substituted, those things are not easily swapped out, and so therefore they know that it's not going to just get pushed away. But I think that their goal, and we have Aquarius come up twice, so we have Sag and Aquarius. That's the period between December or late November and if we skip Capricorn right into February, right? So that's the winter time period, but it's also marking that there is a careful, like, inspired movements forward, that there's an inspired movement forward, that there's this, vision that this person has, that they're careful, they know that certain things need to be changed in order for it to work, so they're willing to invest the time and the energy to do so. They have a vision of what they want and they're trying to kind of make it. Okay, so more cards. We have the Two of Swords, refusing to see, and then we have the Seven, which is move forward, the Chariot card of Cancer, and we have the Three of Wands, take the lead. So I feel as though this person is going to push you towards the relationship with them. I think that they feel like you're not, like they see your blind spots. Like how sometimes you have a friend that's bringing you down and they see that in you and they see how it's affecting your whole life. They might push you toward possibly ending that relationship, or, they're going to try to wake you up in this dynamic in some way. And I feel like they want to take the leadership role. They want to take, like, we have a lot of vision of wanting to be a leader, wanting to kind of not like dominate, but I mean like take the lead and set the precedent, put the extra energy in to make things happen for the better. So somebody wants to take that initiative with you. Let's take this next card. So we have Six of Cups, Sun in Scorpio, and then we have the Page of Wands, a Sag, a Leo, or an Aries, and then we have the Magician. This could be a secret admirer. The Magician to me is like someone who is watching you, who wants to, not in a creepy way, but somebody who has their intention set in a particular direction and they want to initiate it. And then we have Knight of Pentacles, secondary transits in Air, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, primary transits in Earth, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. I have a feeling that they are going to consult someone or do something I think that they're stepping out of their shell. I feel as though the Six of Cups is all about memories, and either you spark a memory in them that's profound, that's why they're so attached, or possibly you and they have a history that they draw from, that they are very attached to, that they have a lot of good memories around, that they feel this connection. And I feel like they are going to put into play a plan or a strategy to create an environment in which they're going to try to make a move towards that which they want in the relationship. But it's also within the perspective of what's good for you. In this energy, there's a real provider. I want to take care of this person. I don't want this person to be alone sort of vibe. This person's reaching out, and it's going to start as a very benign, like, little thing, and then it's going to grow into a very very intense desire for truth and justice and fairness in the world. And so that motivation of this person's heart to be a protector, to be in some way a part of the good side of life, that's the ascension point, right? They're in some way feeling this desire to step into a role to fulfill maybe the missing link. Maybe that's what the sadness is. Maybe that's where you keep stumbling, that there's not that person there to catch you when you fall, to have your back. it feels like that. It feels like there's like a betrayal there with friends or family or whatever that makes an otherwise very good situation sort of weak. And that is extremely problematic for you. It stresses you out. And I feel like this person wants to fix that in some way or help you fix it in some way. Okay, because I know we are all whole people and all that stuff. That's a pretty good piece of advice in one context, but ultimately relationships allow us to in some way balance the liabilities between more than one person. That's the economics way of explaining it. So we have the King of Swords, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. Secondary transits in fire, Sagittarius or Aries. Then we have Seven of Pentacles, invest in the future. And then we have the Hermit. So there's a situation in which someone has a very firm control or seeking power over to control something a certain way. And I feel as though that maybe this is the answer to this Eight of Swords, that somebody is controlling the flow of money or power in a certain direction that towards something that is undefined or unknown. And so it feels like something is taken out of your hands. There's power that is taken out of your hands in a situation, and you're sort of tethered to it. You're sort of connected to a situation or a relationship that is in some way you're caught up in it, maybe shared custody, something like that. And you're dealing with someone who I feel you can't trust. I feel like a person who is not this person, this is how they feel about you. I think this is what's happening for you, by the way. I feel like you're dealing with someone who you can't trust, and that person makes decisions, like you can't trust their decisions, and yet somehow you are dependent on them or interdependent. You know, you've gotten yourself mixed up with this person. It's a very tough situation, but they want to come in and bring a whole lot of good. So you need to deprioritize this as much as you can given your current situation. I feel like someone is, if you feel like somebody's gonna burn you by the choices that they're making and so forth, I really feel like that's gonna happen. I feel like this, and I don't mean to be like negative or anything else, but you know, I feel like you already know that this person's bad news for you, whether it's your ex-husband, ex-boyfriend, mother-in-law, ex-girlfriend, whoever, and you feel like this person, you probably already know this person's making erratic choices or choices that are one-sided and not trustworthy for you. And I feel like that's what's hanging over your head. That's what this person is seeing in you. And I feel like no matter, like, cut your costs or liabilities with this situation, give it as little power to affect you as possible, and distance yourself. And I sense the idea that you're trapped. I do sense the idea that, like, it's not so easy to get out of like a divorce, you know. It's not so easy for custody issues. There's like a lot of things that overlap with other people that make others very hard to get away from. But you have someone who sees all that, still wants to be around you, and they want to push you to challenge it more. Not directly, because I don't think you're going to get more out of the situation than you will. And trying to reason with it is kind of a dead deal. And so just allow that to play out and focus on, I think you'll get more out of this relationship than you will with this easily, because this is coming towards you and this is sponging off of you in some way energetically. Also motivated by fear, ambition, narcissism, whatever. So we have goodness, number 26. So we finally found out what this Eight of Swords is about. Then we have 33, love. I love this card. And then we have 29, contrast. And we have the awakening. Ascension is the awakening. So for you, for them, the ascension is that they in their heart feel a burning desire to want to be there with you or be there for you in some way, right? So they've woken up. They're just like, aha, this is my type of person, okay? But then for you, the ascension process, you're coming together. It's almost like a twin flame soulmate journey, right? Where you are in some way brought into a relationship where the overwhelming goodness and love that this person is sharing with you is in contrast with the narcissistic abuse that you're experiencing or the problematic situation that is devaluing you, right? And so there's a situation that is got its hooks in you and it's very toxic for you, and by seeing this beautiful energy, you're going to come into realization, ascension, Pluto, right? The last judgment, to bring your awareness out of your circumstances, that you don't have to be ascribed to that kind of relationship anymore, that you got stuck in something weird with someone who's weird, and however way you got there, you've normalized it as if that's the way life can be. And I think this person feels like they want to give you or build with you in a direction that is going to be antithetical to that, which means opposed to what this person has habituated you towards, or the situation has habituated you towards. So you feel like, you know, life is great, but there's going to be always someone who you feel so disempowered by someone's actions, and someone has a lot of power vis-a-vis you, maybe because of the law or interpersonal dynamics, you know, the network of things. But let them have their power. Cut your losses. You have something great coming through, and by seeing the contrast between the loving energy of this person and what they're bringing, it'll really give you perspective on what you need to leave behind. For some of you guys, that's the opposite. This person's struggling with this. They need this point of awareness and awakening. Therefore, maybe you're the giving person, but I feel like that's how they feel about you, but maybe not. So switch it around if it makes better sense. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to make the energy real. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care. Bye.